Yo, what is going on YouTube? I'm your host Biscuits and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be customizing the Dinka Jester Classic. This vehicle is primarily based off the 1990s Toyota Supra, the Mark IV. So if you are looking to pick up the Jester Classic for yourself, it can be had for just under $800,000 from Legendary Motorsport. Alright, so Toyota Supra. Everyone knows this car has 999 horsepower from the factory. You just have to throw a tune on it to unlock it, right? Right. Okay, armor. Let's go ahead and go 100%. Brakes, definitely want to go race brakes. For the bumpers, onto the front bumper, we have the center grill cut. We got a low splitter, carbon splitter, low back splitter. Got the grill cut, drift bumper. Drift with splitter, street build. Drift with intercooler. Drift build, and the street build. So this is actually my second Jester Classic that I own. So I'm going to be doing a little bit differently than how I did my first one. My first Jester Classic that I've already modified is just the orange Supra from Fast and Furious. So we will be doing something a little bit different here. So let's go with the drift build bumper, because I'm pretty sure I'm leaning towards a drift build for this vehicle anyway. So onto the rear bumpers, we can do a custom diffuser option, carbon rear diffuser, carbon rear, and carbon rear with diffuser. Okay, man. Let's go custom diffuser. So it's a pretty chill look. For the chassis, we can throw a cage, secondary, primary. We can do race seats with secondary cage, race seats with the primary cage. So I'm very picky about roll cages, and I'm not really a fan of any of these options, so we're just going to leave it stock. For the engine, let's go ahead and go level 4. The exhaust, we can do a single chrome exhaust, twin chrome, dual titanium, or the twin chrome exhaust 2. Let's go with the twin chrome. I think that looks really nice. Headlight covers. That looks awful. Even more awful. Even more awful. Alright, so I do want to do something different from my last build, so we're going to go with the half-cut eyelids. I don't think it looks anything like amazing, but it does give it just a little bit of a more unique look. So I did want to try to switch it up from my last Supra build. So, onto the fenders. We can do a rear spats, or the bolt-on arches. Let's go for the rear spats. Onto the hood. We can do a secondary hood, we can do a custom hood. Got a scooped hood, vented, performance, carbon hood, carbon custom, carbon scooped, carbon vented, and carbon performance. So I think I'm going to go for a carbon fiber hood on this build, since this is an import. It's a Toyota Supra. Might as well, right? It's a great application to have a carbon fiber hood on. Yeah, let's go with the carbon vented hood. Horn, that's fine. For the lights, headlights look fine as is. Underglow, we're probably going to want some underglow on here. I mean, let's be real, it's a Toyota Supra, so front, back, and sides. For the color, let's go back to that after we figure out a respray. Alright, livery options. So we got shopping list. We got the black 90s graphic there on the side skirt just above it. White 90s, same thing. Alright, so we got smoking tires. The Fukaru Drift. It's very interesting that on the other side it is actually backwards. I feel like that is a mess up on Rockstar's part, and they just never fixed it. So we got the Slapdash, kind of a interesting livery. I wonder if this is a livery from the Supra in Too Fast, Too Furious. This does look kind of similar to the Too Fast, Too Furious Supra livery, so interesting. We got Torn Camo. We got Atomic Drift. Zero Racing. And of course the 10-minute car, which is the Paul Walker livery. Definitely not going for that. I think I want to figure out a color first, and then we'll see if any of the liveries look good with it. So for the plate, let's go ahead and go with my custom biscuits plate. Respray will do last. Alright, so we can do a roof scoop, we can do a secondary roof scoop, or we can do a carbon roof scoop. Let's go ahead and we'll go with the roof scoop. Onto the side skirts, looks like we only have two options here. We got a primary lip or a carbon lip. Let's go with the carbon lip. Can never have too much carbon fiber, especially on an import. Alright, on to the spoiler options. So that's pretty interesting that the None option has a bigger lip spoiler than the boot lip spoiler. Okay. We got tuner, mid-level, high-level spoiler. We got carbon wing type 1, carbon wing type 2. We got carbon wide wing, aka ginormous wing. Carbon wing type 3. Big GT wing. Oh my goodness. Boy, these are a little much for my taste. So I do... You know what? We're gonna go with the high level spoiler. That looks really good. Keep it kind of OE looking at least for the spoiler. Alright, suspension. We're gonna slam this thing all the way down, close that wheel gap. This thing is looking very nice. Transmission, let's go race. For the turbo, we definitely want to throw one on. Windows, let's go ahead and do a limo tent, since there is nothing special in the interior to be seen. Alright, for the wheels... Alright, honestly, you cannot go wrong with a 5-spoke design for the wheel on a Supra. But let's go with the forged 5, because it adds just a little bit of concave. I wish the actual barrel of the wheel wasn't chrome, but it is what it is. It's really not too noticeable, so let's go with the forged 5. Alright, so we are on to the respray. Alright, I really like the way this anodized blue pearl looks, so let's go with that. For the secondary color, alright, so it appears it is just the mirrors for the secondary, so let's just go ahead and match it up with the blue pearl. Very, very nice. This is looking very sick. Trim color. Let's go with a nice white for the interior. Okay, so now we have the wheels. Let's go frost white. I don't know why, but I've just always been a fan of white wheels on blue cars. I just think it looks really, really good. So we're gonna go frost white for the wheels. I also noticed the brake calipers are red. That is very nice that they just are already red. Definitely screams sports car. Alright, let's go ahead and do some blue tire smoke to stick with the blue theme we got going on here. Now we need to go back to the lights, and let's go ahead and put that blue underglow on there. So I'm between the white 90s graphics or the shopping list. Let's go shopping list. I think it looks nice. Definitely screams tuner, drift car. Alright, very nice. That is everything, so let's go ahead and get this thing on over to the LS car meet. I am going to throw some drift tires on here. And we'll take it outside and have some fun with it. Alright, so I changed my mind about the headlight covers. I do not like them. So let's go ahead and take those off. And let's scroll on down to the wheels. And we'll go to tires. And let's do low grip tires so we can drift this baby. Alright. So we are all set up and ready to rock. Alright, so here we have the Dinka Jester Classic. We got it outside in the sun, and I have to say this blue paint job is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning. The pearlescent looks really, really good. Definitely digging the white wheels. They match up very nice with the white shopping list. I know white wheels are not everyone's cup of tea, but personally, just for me, I don't know what it is, but white wheels on a blue car, they just look really, really good. Taillights definitely look pretty dang close to a real Toyota Supra. It's just missing one more circular light, because I believe Toyota Supras have four lights on each side, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Diffuser looks nice. The exhaust as well. Carbon fiber hood, definitely a nice touch. Yeah, overall, I am very happy with how this car turned out. So let's go ahead and get all the doors open here. So here is the engine bay. Not bad, decent little amount of detail. Got the cockpit and the driver's seat. Definitely love that we went with the white interior to match up on the white wheels. Very nice. The trunk. That looks pretty bad. They need to update that. I mean, that looks like it literally copied and pasted it from the PS3, Xbox 360, Grand Theft Auto 5 version. So that could probably be updated. Here is the passenger side. Looks nice. Decent detail there. Yeah. Not a bad little car. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a sound test. So rev it up here. Very nice. Sounds good. Definitely sounds like a tuner. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say that this car is rear wheel drive. But let's go ahead and confirm that. Yep, rear wheel drive, just as I suspected. So we do have the drift tires on here, so I don't expect the handling to be that great. As you can see, I'm already spinning out, so. You know, I'm beginning to think that drift tires were not the best idea. Alright, so normally I would do some first driving impressions, but it's a little bit difficult since you have the drift tires on here. And also these days with all the latest vehicles in GTA Online that have been added are HSW, this thing kind of feels slow. But yeah, for a non-HSW vehicle, acceleration is actually not terrible. Definitely could be worse. I do recall on my other Supra build, the handling is actually very good for this car. Yeah, so top speed seems pretty slow, even with drift tires on here. And again, maybe that's because I'm just used to HSW vehicles. But I mean, let's be real. No one's buying a Jester Classic to win races. You're buying a Jester Classic because it's a Toyota Supra, and you just want to own a Toyota Supra in GTA Online. I mean, why not? It's a good-looking car. So let's try a little bit of drifting here. Drifting is definitely not easy with this thing. I may end up throwing regular tires back on here, but again, the only reason I did throw drift tires is because this is my second Jester Classic. I already have a Jester Classic in this game, and I went with the Fast and Furious build, the original movie, so this is my second Supra. So that's why I did the drift build, because I don't think I need two of the exact same cars with the exact same stats, so I might as well throw drift tires on one of them, right? Alright, so drifting this thing is not easy at all. It is quite difficult. Definitely going to take some practice. Alrighty guys, well that is going to just about do it for this video. Overall, the Dinka Jester Classic is a pretty sweet sports car in GTA Online. As far as like performance goes, it's probably not going to win you too many races, but I mean, it's a Toyota Supra. It's a badass looking car. And for only $790,000, it's actually a really good deal. There are only a handful of cars in GTA Online that are under $1 million that are actually fun to drive and look cool. So this is one of them. I would definitely recommend picking it up if you have not already. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like. Also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stay safe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.